Hi, I'm Colton with Porsche Center Calgary, and I'm here today with one of our first 2020 Cayenne S coupes. The new Cayenne Coupe, we're really excited about it. It looks awesome. Very, very cool car. It's everything that a Cayenne is, just a little bit sportier, a little bit of a more kind of tapered roofline. There's a few other subtle differences, but primarily it's still a Cayenne, just a bit sportier looking. So they do come as regular Cayenne Coupe, Cayenne S Coupe, Cayenne Turbo Coupe. This one is the Cayenne S Coupe. The S means that this one has a 2.9 liter V6 twin turbocharged, making 434 horsepower and a little over 400 pound-feet of torque, which means it can do 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in right around 5 seconds. So pretty quick, considering especially the size of the car. Really performs quite well. Another giveaway, by the way, of the S model is the brakes. You get these larger kind of silver brake calipers as opposed to the standard Cayenne, which would have a black brake caliper, and they're a little bit smaller. But other than that, the standard equipment is actually about the same on an S. You're just gaining that power. However, equipment-wise, in this one in particular, it's actually very heavily optioned. So let me spend some time running through all that stuff with you. Starting outside, we've got the Carrara white metallic, probably our single most popular color, particularly on the SUVs. People seem to love it, especially the metallic one. These wheels, I think, look awesome on the car, better in person actually than I even thought they would. And these are the 21-inch Cayenne exclusive design wheels painted in satin platinum, which I think is a great finish. Looks really nice on the white. The idea with these wheels, by the way, you can see the shape of them is kind of familiar. It's meant to mimic the shape of the Porsche crest, so it has kind of a bunch of crests put in there. Looks really neat. And on the note of the crest, the center crest in the middle of these ones is full color as well, which is subtle but adds something, I think. Some other stuff on the outside. Around back, the Cayenne S model designation would be kind of chrome silver as standard, but on this one we optioned to paint it body color, which is another very subtle touch, but it has, I don't know, somehow a more premium feel to me. It looks pretty cool. And then as well, the towing package back there, so you've got the hitch built in right from factory, which is a more cost-effective way to do it. You can add a hitch later, but it's a lot more expensive than just doing it from factory. The car can tow 7,700 pounds, which is really quite a lot. Or of course you can just use it for a bike rack, which a lot of people will do too. If you've watched some of our other videos on our regular Cayennes, you may recall me always mentioning the roof rails, and you have to get them from factory. You can't retrofit those. With the Cayenne Coupe, it works a little bit differently actually. They can all put the crossbars on. When you open the door, there's a couple of screws built in there, and that's actually where you attach the crossbars to, similar to how they do it on the Panameras. So you don't have to worry about adding the roof rails. They actually will all automatically be able to put on the crossbars, which is kind of a cool thing for these coupes. Moving to the inside. This one has the standard black interior, which is 90% of what we sell. Always looks good, ages well, and just is always popular, right? People definitely like the black interior better than any of the other ones. But we kind of spice it up a little bit with one of the optional trims. So the standard trim is just a gloss black, which looks good enough. But with this one, we opted to do the carbon fiber trim instead, which is a little bit sportier, a little bit cooler looking in there. So we did that. As well, there are, as I said, really quite a few things actually. The insulated glass, it's got a 2-pane glass in this one, makes it quite a bit quieter inside as well, keeps the heat more effectively in the winter and out in the summer. I find people who do select that option, that determine it's something they probably want, end up saying it's their favorite option they have. It's really quite effective actually. It works pretty well. We did the heated windshield in this one also, and in these new Cayennes it works actually a lot better than it used to. In the older generations you could add the heated windshield, but you could really see the heating elements in the glass, which is no longer the case. So you get all that kind of utility of the heated windshield, which sadly we can use quite a bit here in Calgary, but there isn't that visual compromise anymore. So that's really cool. We're putting on more of the cars now, including this one. We also put on the air suspension, so that gives you the option not only to change the ride firmness, so you can go from a softer ride to a firmer, more sporty ride, but you can also change the ride height with that, which is really cool, and it's fully adaptable, so it's a really neat system. Also, we did the rear axle steering. which has kind of a couple of purposes. Probably the most commonly used is when you're moving at a lower speed in a parking lot. It'll steer the rear wheels opposite to the front to really shorten up your turning circle, make parking a little bit easier. And then at a high speed, it'll turn the rear wheels the same direction as the front to give you more high-speed stability. So really, really cool option to have, particularly I find on these larger vehicles like the Cayennes and Panameras. And then we also did the Premium Plus package, which we do in almost everything. There's quite a bit that's included in that package. You get things like the seat upgrade. In this case, actually, you have two options. You can either do the 14-way or the 18-way. Almost always we do the 14-way, but in this one, we decided to go and dial up that sporty dial a little bit further and do the 18-way, which is just a more heavily bolstered seat. And then those are the extra 4 adjustments, is the adjustability of the bolsters, both for the seat base and the seat back. So you can make it really wrap tightly around you, which is great for me. It fits super well. And then the headrest as well is integrated into the seat. So it's got kind of more of a sports car feel, even just in the aesthetics of the seat, which I like. Also in that package, you get the comfort access, so you just touch the door handle to unlock it, and also the kick to open tailgate. You get the Bose audio system, you get the ventilation for the seats and heated seats in the back, as well as 4-zone climate control in the back. Blind spot warning is part of that as well. Seems like I've been going on a lot of equipment in this car, but it's a really cool example. I think that's just about everything. Oh, I missed one thing on the outside, and that is the sport tailpipes in black, which are pretty cool. The standard pipes would be on a regular Cayenne, they're trapezoidal. On the S, they'd still be the round ones, but they look a little bit different. So this one we opted to do the sportier looking ones and to change the color to black, which looks great on the white. Really cool contrast. And the surround view camera too. So rear view is standard, but on this one we added the front and the side to give you the full kind of 360 surround view. Again, helps a lot for parking with these bigger cars. So this is an awesome car, really, really nicely optioned, and I think the color combo with these wheels just looks great. So I do hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you like this car and want to come down and check it out. If it's not quite right for you, scroll through, check out our other videos. We've got some good inventory right now. I'm sure you can find one that is. And if so, give us a call and do pay us a visit and take one for a spin. Thanks a lot for watching.